girlfriend. I'm your mother. Come on, Thorny, you're losing to the rookie. It's embarrassing. Come on, Rabbit. You can do it. Oh, Rabbit, he's killing you. I got Thorny in front by a lot. What's the matter? Your mama didn't teach you how to chug? Come on, Thorn. Come on, Thorn. Oh. God damn it. I am all that is man.
And we are back. I'm Paul Zico, coming to you from the safe space. And I'm here with Miles Harrington.
It's actually pronounced Milesh. And you just piss me off so much, I'm going to move my white ass to Macedonia or Montenegro or wherever the hell the land of Milesh actually is.
Try the veal. Adam Marino.
That's affirmative.
And Juan Cordero. Damn it, Juan. This is episode 3, where we're continuing our epic stranded stories from episode 2. Let's sit back and enjoy.
I had a story similar to
Things not starting up.
Starting up.
Kind of being stranded.
You had 2 horrible weekends in a row almost.
Thanks for...
Let's face it.
Wait, I thought God loved him because his teams were so good.
And
nope, in the end, nope.
But,
right in your face.
So, spring break was last week. I went to Chicago for a few days. I'm coming back from Chicago. I'm in right before you get to the Indiana state line, and I have a 5-speed.
But tell them what kind of car you have first.
So it's a 1927 Honda Accord. It was the first one made.
Your problem?
No, the Accord was in the Bible.
Car.
Yeah.
That's your issue.
No, Moses rode the Accord.
The disciples were all in one accord.
Whoa. Wait, what Bible are we looking at? Your stupid Protestant Bible got it all wrong.
They were in one Accord.
They were, I read that.
So, got my Spotify going. I'm good to go. All of a sudden, I'm pressing down the gas, and it's letting up, even though I'm in 5th gear. And all the lights come on. Oil change light, this light, this light. You got 4 flat tires light.
So it's
whatever
like,
kind of light you can
like
think
a
of.
Christmas tree of lights just came up.
Yes, they all came up. I look over, there's no cars coming. I veer all the way to the right. I call my mommy and daddy. Get a tow truck. And how I thought the experience was going to go was like this.
My whole family live with me. 19 people. Only one shower. Everybody use one shower. Everyone is very hairy. Do you know what the drain looks like after 90 people use the shower? It's very dirty and very hairy. It is like, how you say, hello. Madonna's
19 people, wow, I hope you have a big house.
Is 1-bedroom apartment in Glendale, the south side, not the good side. Always people everywhere, nothing, always, never. If I go to pick my nose, there is already a finger there. If I go to wipe my ass, there is already somebody wiping. If I go to make love with my wife, there is already somebody there saying, thumbs up, I got her first.
And what I got was actually this.
Here we are again, transporting the Honda Jam and Color. Going to Alamo in Hammond, Indiana, located at, I believe it's 6142 Holman Avenue. We're traveling right now via northbound Torrance Avenue, better known as 83, Route 83. Transporting, traffic's heavy right now, it's about 35 degrees. Fair skies, roads pretty much dry. Not so much as yesterday when it snowed very heavy again, picking up from the last time we spoke. It was pretty heavy snow. Came down for about 25 minutes. $half size flakes. And it stopped probably about between 1 and 3 a.m. It would be Saturday early morning. And it all froze.
Yeah.
Went down to about under 20 degrees, which left a good 2 to 3 inch slick surface on all roadways. Therefore, it was making it unable for people to transport and commute safely. But again, like I say, it's drying up pretty much like that. Oh, everybody's safe, no problems, this and that. Yeah, we're going toward, this is entering River Oaks at the River Oaks Mall area at the current time.
We should have stopped at Olive Garden.
There you go. Hey.
Breadsticks.
Eliano, all the breadsticks and soup you can eat. No problem. This will be it for this session right here.
All right.
Loading, and we'll come back to you. Again, thanks again for listening. We appreciate it.
But finally, his true self kind of came out as we went on a little further.
The hottest girl was actually on the north side of Chicago, which would be Clark and Addison, better known, Boys Town.
Yeah.
They say if it ain't Wrigley, it ain't Wiggly. Now, I'll tell you what. The purpose of that saying right there is she had enough round to go around, but enough meat to get down. Okay?
I feel you.
She was thick on top, but she was proper on the bottom also.
Man.
Anyway, I picked her up.
What happened with the car?
Normal toe.
Normal toe.
CV axle.
Camel toe.
Passenger side. You got that right. If it ain't the toe, it's camel toe. Always remember, you can't play out. If you can't play in front, go out back and play in the mud. It washes off.
Yeah.
Okay. If you ain't mean, it gets clean. Alright? Always remember, too, you gotta ask her, too. Hey.
When's the last time you dropped one?
You got that right.
Wow. That was basically the guy I was talking about earlier. That might be his nephew.
That was him?
Yeah.
Were you in White Oaks?
Never saw any studious side out of those people. They were just... But this guy, but that was literally, he thought he was Mr. Nat Geo right there. Like, he thought you were some big time guy. Like,
right. He thought this was like National Geographic.
I think he was on Undercover Boss. And he was like, I will not be fooled again.
Undercover Hick in Hammond, Indiana. This guy knew all the places, where to go. Like, he knew everything. He had been through some stuff. You could see it in his eyeballs.
He'd also watched the training video a few times, apparently.
Yeah. And he had one tooth that looked like corn.
Dude, that's something else. Like, literally every time he documented it, this is 06:43
so official.
In the PM hour of the year of our Lord 2016.
He made me feel so comfortable that I was uncomfortable.
Like, dude, listen up. Like, I
comfortable.
look at you and know that you're doing this for a living. Nothing against tow truck people. I need them before. I'll need them again.
Right.
But it's like, come on, man, loosen up.
Well,
Let's
hold on.
go.
If you're going to put a big Samsung phone right in my face while I'm trying to drive...
Then you could at least hold the man's hand.
Yeah, come on. Come on, man.
So what did you actually say to him that got him to really loosen up?
Yeah, because he opened up that for a while, so you just...
Well, just me kind of asking him really more about life and kind of just saying things like, okay, but really, what's going on here? Trying to, like, egg him on to be like, look, this isn't what you think it is. It's not Taxi Cab Confessions or... like, I started joking with him a little bit off camera and just like... And then I finally, you know, where you see I ask him, you know, the hottest girl he kind of picked up or whatever, you know... That's
So-
just kind
You
of...
showed him your true inner asshole.
So question, from the time you were like Christmas lights till you got to your destination, how long was that? And then how long until someone came and got you? And how was that? Tell me about it.
So, the time I broke down was about... To the time that he picked me up, only 20 minutes had really gone by. Because
that's super fast.
He called me right away and said, "Hey, buddy, you know, don't worry. Are you all right? Are you safe?" Yeah, he was super nice from the get-go. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm here." He's like, "All right, well, are you east of blah blah blah, whatever?" "Yeah, I'm over the underpass. As soon as you go under it, you'll see it. It's right by blah blah blah." He's like, "Okay, man, hang tight. I'll be there in like 6 minutes." In like 5.5 minutes, I see the tow truck come. It was like right
And there
there.
he is.
Yeah.
And that
Cool,
guy
clearly showed he had some game. He could just pick up girls by literally picking up girls. I don't know that I believe 75% of what he said. Well, this girl was smoking hot.
Right.
This, that, and the other, and it turned to
Well,
a
for
semi-
Hammond, Indiana.
So you end up staying in Hammond. So
She had 3 eyeballs, but man,
what'd you do? What'd you do in Hammond? You just
So then he dropped me
twiddled
off
your
at
thumbs
this-
for 3 hours.
He's like, "Oh, I know a great place to take you to eat." So he takes me to the Wheel in Hammond, Indiana, and it's like old time diner. The food was amazing, and I hung out for 3 hours.
Wow,
That is nuts.
3 hours.
So then what happened from there?
I had my tablet. I watched the Giants game. Waited for someone to pick me up, and another 3-hour trip back to Fort Wayne.
Well, you were lucky. At least you had cell phones and the internet. When I got stranded, on the highway, I was my sophomore year of college. It was like year 2000, and I didn't even have a cell phone.
Before I was born.
Didn't have a cell phone. So one weekend, sophomore year, I was going to Concordia University, Ann Arbor. It was actually Concordia College at the time, now Concordia University. But I was coming back, it was a Sunday, from Fort Wayne, driving back to Ann Arbor. It's like a 2-hour, 10-minute drive. And let me just preface this with, my first car driving when I was 16 was a Mustang. Pretty decent car for driving as a high schooler, right?
Absolutely. I drove it all the time.
No, I didn't have the Top Gun license plate.
No, he did not.
And I went to a private high school, so a lot of kids had really nice cars, and mine was nowhere near that nice. But I was proud of it, whatever. It was an 89, so it's a little bit older, and the hatchback kind of sport model back then. Anyway, when I went to school then, my parents didn't want me having a sports car. They were like, oh, Michigan winters, snow and whatnot. And I did used to get stuck a lot of times in that car, just going to Adam's house.
Right.
Just in the neighborhood with all the snow over by Lakeside. I would get stuck all the time.
Rear wheel.
So I upgrade then to an old, like a 92 Explorer. Still a decent car. Explorer's nice.
Yeah.
Especially for like 1999 at the time. It's not real old. But then after that, every car I got was shittier and shittier. it was
The times went up and you went down.
This was the Great Depression of my driving history. So somewhere along the way, I had like a hardtop LeBaron, where the inside roof, like the fabric was coming out. I had to put like colored push pins on it.
Yes.
And it never went above 45 miles an hour.
Yes.
No matter where I was, on the highway or on the sidewalk. It never went over 45.
On the sidewalk.
Adam's trying to remember his car. I don't remember.
I've known this dude since I was 8 years old.
Right.
I don't remember.
I swear, that's because that's how many shitty cars I had in a row. So that was the first one. And then I was given... So what happened with that car was the transmission went out. I was actually out with my girlfriend at the time, and I had to pull into this like business place. So
A place of business?
It was a place they did business. They sold things. And we had... Well, as
Is
opposed
this
to
real life?
as opposed to like a gas station. So I'm
What a storyteller this guy is. A business place.
some random office park.
This podcast is going to pick up so much traction. Oh, what did it for me was Paul's storytelling.
Place of business.
So I had to have the girlfriend call her older sister who came and picked us up, which is not something that's fun for the boyfriend. Anyway,
Way to go,
yeah.
pussy.
So then I was given my next shitty car, which was a Ford Taurus wagon. Do you remember those? They were like 12 feet
The
long.
teal one?
It was like a Woody. It was like remember the Taurus?
Did it have like the
It was
like
super.
and stuff on the
Yeah,
side?
but it was super round
Really?
in the back. Remember, it was like space,
Yeah.
futuristic, like Ford Taurus wagon. Had like a V8 and whatever. I was given it. So this is what I was driving at the time when I was stranded. So I'm in my Ford Taurus wagon, obviously back from Fort Wayne from the parents' house. So I had some groceries and whatnot, and I'm driving home. It's evening, and about 45 minutes outside of Ann Arbor, it breaks down. I was able to coast by, I don't even know how, the mercy of God, coast into a rest stop. Not even like a truck stop. Just
A place of rest?
Just a rest stop. Like a bathroom and a vending machine. So it's starting to get dark. I'm at this rest stop, and I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do? Like, it's
Don't
just
go home
me.
with a trucker.
I don't have a phone. Yes, what do? Well, the only thing I can do is catch a ride. Because I don't even have... This car I was given, so I've got, like, liability insurance. I don't have, like, free towing or roadside assistance.
Do you know the rules of the road?
Yeah, so that's...
With the trucker.
Right?
I gotta hand it to you. This story's getting kind of good.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, did my parents prepare me for something like this? The answer is no. Now,
But they set you up for it.
right.
The old
Now-
set 'em up to failure.
I know not to go swimming like half an hour after you eat.
Yeah.
And
Don't get a library card. You'll
right,
get drafted.
exactly. And so I'm going exactly. No, right, he's right. Yeah. The day I signed up for my FAFSA student loan, they make you register. My parents freaked out. So then I'm like, well, what hitchhiking knowledge? I'm like Googling in the back of my head, like, all right, what do I know about hitchhiking? And here's what it comes down to. My dad saying, never pick up a hitchhiker. They might have a gun and shoot you. Also, don't go hitchhiking. They might have a gun and shoot you. So that's my hitchhiking preparation 101 that I...
Don't be you.
Yeah, right. So then I'm like, well, what would my dad do? Because he's the most cautious, safe guy ever. Like, we're planning, like, a vacation, right? To go, like, East Coast, maybe go to the beach or whatever. I guarantee you, every time we go there, he's going to be like, don't go in the water. There's sharks in the water. Like, don't go in the water.
They swim around all day and bite people in the ass.
Yeah, my brother will tell you, they go to the lake, don't go in the water. Don't go drinking, don't go in the water. Like, you just don't, it's not something you do. But this is the same guy who will have a saw in one hand, and he'll be working on some wood with just bracing it against his thigh. It's like, and I'll have to look away because that guy's going to saw off his nuts one day.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, so I'm thinking, what would my dad do? And he would, because I was taught that old people can be taken advantage of if you're very nice and sweet to them. That was part of my upbringing. Take advantage of old people. So I'm gonna. So then I'm gonna find the littlest, oldest, loneliest motherfucker and find my way back to Ann Arbor.
What an asshole.
Right, real asshole move. But I'm at a rest stop and all I'm seeing are like families and like kind of younger people because it's a Sunday where I'm on my way back to where Michigan University is. It's like a huge campus.
I thought it was University of Michigan.
U of M, yeah. Anyway, so by this time the sun's gone down. I'm waiting in the rest stop for like an hour. And it's probably 9 o'clock. And like a Ford Ranger pulls up. And what do you know? It's a little old guy. Looks just like Orville fucking Redenbacher.
So don't be hating on Valparaiso, Indiana, man.
So
Get your popcorn ready.
in my head, I'm like, that's the guy. That's my draft pick. So I'm going to go up to
With
him.
the first pick in
Right.
hitchhiking before cell phones, Paul Zico selects
Orville Redenbacher. I'll take Orville Redenbacher for $200. So I wait till he does his business and on his way out before he gets to the truck because I'm still kind of nervous. I can't just jump up to the guy. I'm kind of big.
What if he has a gun?
What if he has? He'll pop me. So,
He's going to shoot you.
I think of in Dumb and Dumber where he's like, you know, although old people are slow
and dangerous behind the wheel,
they still
do
can't serve a purpose.
So this guy served a purpose. So I went up to him on his way back and kind of caught him. I said, hey, buddy, look, my car broke down. If you'd really kind of, be nice enough, just drive me up to Ann Arbor. Where are you heading? He's like, oh, I'm driving up that way. I'll take you. And he was super nice, and I was almost guaranteed to knock this guy out if anything happened.
He liked his odds.
Yeah, I really did.
He sized it up while the guy was taking a leak. You know, if things go south, I think I could take him.
Yeah, and if I did,
I'm not.
But
certain.
the thing was, he was like an old, like white-haired, real, like 90-pound Orville Redenbacher type. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, what kind of story is this? Like, I'm going to tell my kids, like, one day I had to beat up Orville Redenbacher first. I'm going to take his truck and go right in over.
So you're telling Libby right now via podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to prepare her, make sure she's got the best coverage. You got to have coverage.
Right. Verizon.
Now also understand, Libby, you're going to hear a lot of naughty words in this too.
Right. So then just imagine this, like, if coming across, like, if I actually did have to take out this guy.
In other news, the price of popcorn has skyrocketed as the world mourns the death of Orville Redenbacher. The family has stated he will be laid to rest this side up, and the service is expected to last 3 minutes.
So really, I'm like, what am I going to do with the world? I love popcorn. Anyway, so it turns out the guy's from like the area. He'd been to the campus several times, and we'd end up talking. He was pretty cool, but that was like one of the most memorable, scary moments of my, at that time, 19-year-old life. Hitchhiking with an old man in my Ford Taurus wagon, who, by the way, once I went back, like the next day, and got a ride back to pick up the car, like to get towed, like, I think a buddy of mine was like, oh, here's your hot dogs, because I had groceries in the back. They're all shitty now. Kind of pissed.
You think that was a good story, but I do think that Juan might have you beat. And it's not one that he wants to rehash.
I have to prepare myself.
Juan and I were living together in a house that we had just moved into. And we're like, yeah, we're going to get this for the basement. There's like man cave and like, it was cool. We got a couple more roommates. Like, it was cool. So he comes to me one day, and I'm thinking he's got some cool idea for the house. I remember it. And he's like, dude, I don't know what to do. They want me to move to Carmel. Where would you have to move? He's like, Carmel. If anyone knows anything about Carmel, first of all, Carmel is per square inch like the most richest city. It's like Malibu, California, Carmel, Indiana.
There are more whites per capita than people.
That's not even a joke. Like, that's the truth. Like, it's, yes, that's very funny, but it's actually true. So he's like, and I'm thinking, okay. Now, I had just gone through my divorce, and it wasn't exciting times in Fort Wayne for me at that point.
Right.
And Juan was, you know, dude, I cannot say no. I remember the look on your face was like, dude, I don't know what to say because there's no way I want to go.
It was like I said, this is like the opportunity for me to move in and something that I've really been doing for a long time, and I wanted to give the opportunity. I wanted to give it a shot and see, you know, what I can do, put myself to the test. So I'm just like, what do you think? I know you're going through some stuff, whatever. Why don't you come down and live with me in Carmel?
Dude, all right, let's do it. Let's move.
So after training and whatnot goes by, we're in Carmel. We find an apartment. I'm going to work early in the morning. It's a Monday, and I wake up late. I think someone came into town, and I wake up late, and I have to get to work. And the store that I'm at is literally a hop, skip, and jump from the apartment.
It's less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's less than 2 minutes, so I can actually really walk it. But it's cold outside, and it was a bad winter that year. And I'm like, I'm not walking this.
Yeah, you're in the wrong Carmel. You should be in Carmel, California. Man.
So I'm just like, I'm just taking Adam's car. So I jump in Adam's car. I jump in it, turn it on, and I just go. The windows are all frosted and everything. I roll down the window. I pull an Ace Ventura, pull my head out the window, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking cold.
Oh, righty then.
Yeah, and I'm driving down the street. I'm like, it's 2 roundabouts, and I'm there. You know, if you don't know about Carmel, everything's roundabouts. So 2 roundabouts, and I'm there. I get to the second roundabout, and cherries and blueberries, boop, get pulled over because I'm doing Ace Ventura. And then I have to call Adam and be like, dude, I just got pulled over. I don't have my license. I need help. He's like, dude, really? What's going on? What? I was like, dude, get your ass up. Come down here. Help me out. He said he won't tow the car unless you come. And the cop was being really cool about everything because he could see the restaurant shirt on that I'm wearing. And then he's just like, well, we'll just wait for your buddy to get here, and then we'll just go our ways. I'm like, okay. So let's fast forward about, 4 years later, St. Patrick's Day. We're all getting out. I'm hanging out with friends, having a good time. I'm not driving. I'm drinking since like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I was having a good time following that Facebook feed.
You like that?
It was
Did you see
I didn't even go out, and I had fun.
I was high-fiving people. I had a high-five
cam. #father life.
I was like high-fiving people, like high-five cam. Yes. We end up at a well-known bar, Irish bar out southwest, and a friend of mine texts me, and she's like, what are you doing? So I'm just like, well, we're out at such and such, and she's like, well, I'll come out because I really want to hang out. She gets there. I get into her car. We're going down. A cop is watching her. Again, cherries and blueberries come up. Boop, we get pulled over, having a good time. Like, how you doing, officer? And blah, 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 whatever. Kind of like, having fun with the officer and whatnot. And he goes, all right, guys, sit tight and I'll be right back. You hate that when it takes forever for them to come back.
Like, what are they doing?
It's really bad is when two more pull up.
Oh, dude.
Hey,
yeah.
You guys see what this guy's record is? Check this out.
And he comes on my side, and I'm like, well, maybe because it's nighttime, he's coming over on my side just to be cautious because it's night. He doesn't want to get hit by a car or whatnot. So I'm all right,
rationalizing
cool.
why
Just
he
rationalizing why he come over, flash the light in the car, and he's like, Mr. Cordero, like, yes, sir. He goes, here's your ID back. I'm going to have to ask you to step out the vehicle. I'm like, for what? He goes, we'll talk about that when you get out here. So then I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, do you remember anything in Hamilton County? I was like, yeah, but I thought I took care of that. No, Hamilton County wants you.
Minority.
Do you remember the real reason why they wanted you? What the mix-up was?
So there really wasn't a code to cite me on, so this is what it was.
So instead, on the ticket, which is great because Juan is Mexican, if you follow this.
He doesn't know how to defrost because he's Mexican.
It says the ticket, too many people in the front seat. There was no one in the car.
No one in the car.
You assumed there were like 36 in the trunk trying to escape.
There's no one in the car. So now he has to fight that.
Go to Allen County Jail. I'm there for 2.5 freaking days until Hamilton fucking County fucking gets me. Chained at the wrists and ankles. Walking baby steps just to
for
get
not defrosting
my motherfucking window.
Guys, get him. He didn't defrost.
He's
Guys,
Mexican.
We got a code 97.
So, get down to Hamilton County. By the way, first of all, I have to say, Hamilton County's jail is like the Ritz-Carlton
prison
of the prisons, dude. I had Taco Bell for fucking lunch.
Authentic Mexican food.
Taco
Way
Bell.
to go, bro.
A side of Cheetos in a high C juice box. Okay, are you kidding me?
That sounds like summer camp.
So from there, called my brother. He comes and gets me and come back home, and that's my horrible freaking story.
Juan and the horrible, no good, very bad day.
No.
So if you run into Juan on the street, be like, hey man, remember that time when...
Please don't.
Well, didn't that when you said that
real quick.
When you said that he got pulled over for too many people in the front seat, didn't you get pulled over on a bike once?
He wasn't on a bike.
No, but he was on the street.
He was in the process of pulling someone over, and he was on foot, and he sees me.
Wait, so he wasn't on a bike, he was on foot.
Because he was out of his car.
Who was this?
And he had pulled someone over, and I was going too fast down a residential road, and as he saw me, he said, hey, and he waved me over. So I was scared that he would jump in his car and chase me, which would be worse. So I pulled over, and this guy was like a champion, because that's a good story to tell his buddies. Yeah, I pulled a guy over
and then he pulled another guy over.
Yeah, it went down. It was like Superman. I caught up to him and grabbed onto his back bumper and pulled him back in.
So how fast were you going?
It was like he's a cop by commission. Like,
I
that
thought
guy's...
you meant the time that I was driving to the same college that you went to, as we were roommates, and from Indiana, I'm on my way to the college in Michigan, and I'm going probably 90, and I see a cop.
As is tradition.
I see a cop in his safe space, hiding, waiting to catch someone, and he makes his way out as soon as I pass him. I'm like, oh, how close am I to the next exit? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what no one else has done. I'm going to beat him to the exit, rush, go even faster, and get off, and he's not going to see me. Dumb idiots have done that before. So he totally caught up to me. Now it's worse. Because he thinks that I got crack cocaine in the car. So he comes out guns blazing. Hands on the steering wheel. I mean, he's freaking out because he thinks he got him a whale. He thinks he's got him a big one. So I do everything. I'm not really nervous because I know that he's going to check everything, but I know I don't have anything. But my story is pretty lame to him because I'm going to say, well, I just didn't want a ticket. Because
you should have went with the bees, man.
I had been pulled over 3 times in the last month on the same highway, basically in the same county. So I'm like, I'm done getting tickets. I don't care. I'm
license revoked.
So yep. So I get pulled over, and he says, "What are you hiding? What are you hiding? What do you got? Open the trunk right now." I'm like, "Sir, I promise I'm not here. Here, you can look." He calls another car, gets the dogs. I'm there a half hour. All of a sudden, he's like, "All right, I believe you. Now tell me, why are you running from me?" And he hadn't pulled up my record yet. And I said, "I've been pulled over a few times, and I honestly thought that I could get out of it." And he's like, "Man, you thought wrong, didn't you?"
You thought you were not going to be there so you wouldn't get fined.
So he gives me a ticket and adds 5 miles an hour to it. And so, yeah, I lost my license for, I don't know how many years. And here's why I don't know how many years I was suspended. Because I just started driving anyways. So if it was like 4 years or 2, whatever it was, I don't know. Because I started driving 4 months later.
That's such a Mexican move. I got to go to work.
You know what's really great is I let Adam drive my car all the time, and he floors it. And between him and myself, he's been pulled over once while driving my car. But it wasn't for speeding. It was for doing a California roll through a stoplight. Or a stop sign. Do you remember that? I was on
in some hick county. And he's like, "Where are you guys going?" I'm like, "We're helping a friend set up a basketball hoop." And he's like, "Okay, well, take it easy." I've been pulled over since all this stuff. You know, it takes like 7 years to fall off your record. Since everything has fallen off my record, I've been pulled over 7 times before, not once gotten a ticket. I was with Juan. We went to a Pacer game, and everyone was drunk except for me. We get pulled over, and I said, "We're just trying to get home from the Pacer game. I'm sober. They're all drunk. I'm just getting them home." He goes, "Thanks. Have a good one." And we were on our way. Yeah. Juan probably doesn't remember that. He was passed out.
He doesn't remember most things.
But I have been pulled over.
Tradition.
I have been pulled over at least 7 times since my record is clean. Not once gotten a ticket ever since.
Now, in our situation, that was New Year's Eve. Do you remember the last thing you said to that cop as he gave you that warning and then went away?
I think I said Happy New Year.
No, what you said was, "Officer, I promise I won't get pulled over again this year." Honest to God, truth. And then he rolled up the window and he was like, "Dude, I think it was being too much of an asshole to that cop." I was like, that cop was cool, but then when you shook him, you were shaking hands, you're like, "I promise I won't get pulled over again this year." And then he suddenly just stopped and then just walked away. Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
One time I got pulled over out south, out northeast, and it was for like a stop, a rolling stop, and he let me go, and I felt so gracious to the guy that it was right at sunset, and I was like, as he was leaving, I like wanted to add something nice to say, like, "Hey, have you seen the sunset?"
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I would not make this up. I am not witty enough.
Why would you
come up on the spot with this podcast to make up this story? I honest to God said, "Thank you, sir, so much." I looked up and I just saw it there, and I said, "Hey, check out the sunset, pretty nice." And he looked at me like,
"Gay?"
Yeah, like, "Are you asking me out, sir?" Like, was the look he gave. Now, he said, yeah, I mean, he was nice about it, but I'm looking back, I'm like, I was like a schoolgirl. Like,
you're like Andre from the league. You shook his hand. "Try the meal, child."
Yeah. But honest to God, said something to the extent of, "Wow, boy, would you look at that sunset?"
You were like the double rainbow guy before the double rainbow guy. You're just sitting there crying.
It's over 9,000.
So as you can tell, we had a blast sharing our stories. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for episode 4, where we slay dinosaurs. Until next time, I'm Paul Zico.
Yo soy Juan Cordero.
Miles H. in Montenegrin.
Adam Randy Marino.
Cue that music.
Fellas, safe space?
Safe space.